used based on the number of credits used. Suppose if you use X small, virtual warehouse, so for 1 hour they will allocate you 1 credit. For 1 credit, how much they need to pay? How much they need to charge? They will see for 1 credit $2.7, $4 for different edition, $5.4 into another edition. Suppose if you use large, for 1 hour they are going to consider 8 credits. 8 credits into $2.7 for this edition. 8 credits into $4 for this edition. 5.4 into 8 credits for this edition. So based on that, they are going to charge you guys. Have you clear about this virtual warehouse calculation or not? Tell me.
Yes.
Confirm me, everyone. Confirm me, everyone. If you clear, then I will proceed further.
Yes.
Clear, yes, right? So this is about the hardware component usage calculation. What about the storage? See, if you have taken Snowflake subscription. Suppose let's consider this is the January month. So your organization has assumed that the business is going to start from the January, but unfortunately the business got delayed. Already you have taken the subscription, but you are not using. In such case, you need to pay $25 per month if you are not using anything, but you have taken a subscription. And or if you have taken the subscription and you have started to use your Snowflake. In this case, for 1 TB you need $2. For 1 TB you need to pay $40 per month. If you use 100 TB, 100 into $40 per month you need to pay. So the cost will be in two ways actually. You need to pay for the storage and you need to pay for the compute virtual warehouse. So this is the way they are going to charge you guys. Is this clear or not? So this is minimum $25 you need to pay if you are using. If you are not using, suppose if you are using, you started to load the data, so you need to pay $40 per TB. If you use 500 GB, then it will be divided into that part. So like that it will go. So this is about the pricing details on your hardware resources and your storage component. Clear or not?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the different virtual warehouse sizes. So these are the credits. These credits are very much important. So based on these credits, they have already defined. Boss, if you created your virtual warehouse with the medium size, so in this case, we are going to allocate you 4 credits per hour, and then 4 into, so based on the edition, and then the $2.7 like that they are going to charge you. So this is very much important. You have to understand what is the different size of warehouse sizes and what are the credits, how they are going to start pricing on you. So this is about the pricing. If you have any doubts in the understanding on the pricing, just let me know. We will discuss and then we will proceed further. If you are clear, just confirm me. Then we will discuss next topics. And also, always I am trying to tell you, please make a note somewhere as a running note. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Guys, clear or not clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we'll go to discuss the different editions are available in the Snowflake. different editions. We have 4 editions actually: standard, enterprise, business critical, virtual private. So I'm repeating once again. So you need to make a note also. So we have a standard edition, we have an enterprise edition, we have a business critical edition, we have a virtual private edition. So these are the 4 types of editions we have in Snowflake. In general or in projects, we are using this business critical. We are using this business critical uh, edition for our business purpose. We are using this business critical for our business purpose in our companies. Then we'll see what are the options are available. What are the different benefits or great features are available in the each editions. The standard is very basic edition. Very basic edition. Very basic edition. Here, uh, whatever the data is you are going to store, that is in a encryption format. Time travel is up to 1 day. Now, the time travel is one of the great feature in Snowflake. What is the meaning of the time travel? Time travel means, suppose already I have explained in very first class, but let me repeat that one. Time travel nothing but if the data is modified from the table. So after modification of the data from the table, so you came to know that so this is not the whatever you have done the modification, then that is not that is not a good modification. You need to restore the original data into your table. So in such scenario, in Snowflake has provided you an option, the time travel option. Nothing but you can go back to the history of the table, and then you can bring the original data and restore the original data to table. So in the standard edition, this history will be available for only 1 day. So suppose if you crossed, no, if you done the modification to the table today 6 o'clock, till tomorrow 6 o'clock, you can able to go to the history of the table and then bring the original data and then restore the data. It will available for only 1 day. If you cross that 1 day, then it is not possible. And then what about the disaster recovery? Disaster recovery nothing but suppose if databases go offline, then you can able to bring that into online. What about this data share? Data share nothing but a secure data share. So you can able to share the data between the Snowflake accounts. This is about your standard edition. Coming to the enterprise edition, whatever the features are available in the standard, that will be available. That is very basic. Second one is multi-cluster warehouse. Yesterday we have discussed single warehouse and then multi-cluster warehouse. In standard edition only you can work with a single warehouse. This enterprise edition will be supporting the multi-cluster warehouse also. This time travel in enterprise edition will be there for 90 days. In case of standard, time travel will be available only 1 day. In case of enterprise, time travel option will be around till 90 days. So this is a great feature actually. So suppose 90 days means if you have done your modifications today, till 90 days, if you want to bring the data, then it will be available for the 90 days. So within the time, any time you can able to go back to the history of the table and then bring the data. And then next, what is this materialized views? Materialized views, one of the concept in Snowflake which is used to improve improve the performance of your SQL query. Suppose your select statement is taking around 5 seconds to return the data. On top of that, if you create a materialized view, then you can able to bring the data in within 1 second. The beauty of this materialized view is it will improve the performance of your SQL query. It will improve the performance of your SQL query, where your SQL query is taking 1 minute, but your materialized view will give the result within a fraction of seconds. That is the great feature of great benefit of your materialized view. Search optimization, column level security, these things are provided in enterprise option. In business critical, so whatever the features are available in the enterprise edition, by default that will be there. Additionally, all the objects, all the things are encrypted everywhere. All the options, whatever you are going to create the objects, those are encrypted everywhere in the internally. We can't see those encryption and all, but internally it is happening. Internally it is happening. So that is a great feature. What already enterprise edition has the so many features. Those features are available with the business critical plus this data encryption everywhere, and then failover and then disaster recovery. So failover and then disaster recovery, nothing but if your database is crashed, and then you can able to bring bring that database into online, bring that database into online. So this is the great feature in the business critical edition. What about the virtual private? All business critical features are available in the virtual private, and then the extra is you need to create a separate environment, separate servers for different environments. Suppose if you are maintaining QA server, if you are maintaining testing server, if you are maintaining dev server, if you are maintaining production server, so for that you need to create a separate servers in your virtual private. So this is about your Snowflake editions, guys. Any doubts in this? These are some theoretical parts. You will get the interview questions. What are the different types of editions are available in Snowflake and explain them. And also you will get the what is warehouse, what is multi-clustering warehouse, and what is the Snowflake architecture, how many layers are there, what are the functionality of those architecture. Can you explain all those things? These are the theoretical concepts. So you have to, for sure, you have to remember, understand, and explain thoroughly. Whatever we are discussing in the sessions, if you understand that and explain it clearly, whatever we have discussed here, that is 100%, 1000% more than enough, guys. That's why I am asking you. I will share you the note. I will share you the note along with me. You also prepare your some points in your notes, so that you will check the material and then you will check the note, so you will become a comfortable. If you get any doubts, again you will come back to me and we will discuss on the same topic, so that you will become a comfortable. So this is about the editions, guy. Any doubts, let me know. Any doubts, let me know. Just open your mouth, guys.
No, sir, but I wanted to know in a typical real-time environment or a real-time project, um, typically a dev or QA or a production environment, what are the additions might be there? I mean, will be there. Whether the dev will be having only standard edition or whether the QA having enterprise edition only or the
Usually,
production might.
usually in our real scenarios in our organization, we all are using business critical for all the requirements.
Okay.
Next question. If you don't have any questions, then we'll move into another topic to discuss.
No, sir. Understood.
Fine. Yeah, then we'll go how to connect to Snowflake. web user interface. Second one is SNOWSQL through the DOS command. So we can able to connect your Snowflake. You can able to connect your Snowflake using your web user interface or using Snowflake or no use NoSQL using DOS command. And also apart from this, we have some other options also, but majorly we are using these two options only. Some other options also available, JDBC drivers, ODBC drivers, those things and all. But in real time scenarios, as per my experience, we have used only these two options. Only these two options. Then web, as part of our regular classes, daily we are using this web user interfaces, this NoSQL and then DOS command things. We will be having the one session how do we use this NoSQL. Then now we'll see how to create the uh, Snowflake account. How to create the Snowflake account. Fine. You need to follow the steps and create yourself. And then we'll explore what are the options are available in your Snowflake account. Then go to Google. So here make a note somewhere. Snowflake.com. Snowflake.com. Guys, have you make a note? Snowflake.com.
Yes.
I need confirmation from all, because you need to create account from your end. This is the free account. This is a free account. It will be available for the 1 month. You can practice in that environment. You need to create. You can create, which is very easy step. You can create from your end also. Just you need to follow what I am doing, right? Just this is snowflake.com. Enter the snowflake.com. Then you will get into this home page. Click on the start for free. Click on the start for free. So here provide your all the details. First name I will give the Durga Soft. Email ID I will give my email ID. It will go into that. I will give the company name as Durga Soft. Role you need to select consultant. Location you need to select as a India. Guys, are you following or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So you need to give your personal details here. So once you have given everything, just continue. Click on the continue. See here, you need to select edition, standard or enterprise or business critical. I am selecting a business critical. You need to make a note down. You need to select a business critical option. This is the option to select the edition. Once you select the business critical, this is the option to select the cloud provider. You need to select the AWS. Guys, you are following or not?
Yes.
Super. So you need to select the AWS. See here, it is asking continental information. So as we have selected India, just select this Asia Pacific, Singapore. Then click on the get started. Click on the get started. Click on the get started. Now it will ask this many options. You can skip this one. You can skip this one. You can skip this one. See, now you are now signed up. An email to activate your account has been sent to your email ID. I will log in into my email ID. There you will get one link to activate the account. Snowflake.com. Activate your Snowflake account. Click on this. Click to activate. Click to activate. Then it will navigate to this page. Now give the username and then password. So this is the key here. You need to make a note this username and then password. I will give the Durga Soft user 11. One second. So you need to give the username and you need to give the password and confirm password and then get started. So this is your home page of this is your home page of your Snowflake account. You need to make a note down like this. This is your account URL. This is username. This is password for your account. You need to save somewhere so that you can able to log in daily and then work. So this is the your when you create an account, then you will get this page at very first. Have you make a note down all the steps, guys?
Yes, sir.
See, when you get here this option, first option is worksheets. If you click on this worksheet, see here, you will have a plus worksheet. If you click on this, so from this option, from here you can able to query your SQL queries in this area. So this is one of the option. So worksheets where you are going to write your SQL queries. Next, data. So here you can able to create the database. Fine.
Yes.
So here If you want to create any new database, you can able to create new database. If you want to create any schemas, then you can able to create the new schemas from here, like that. See, first one is worksheets is important, data is important, and then this. In admin, here we have warehouse option. Here you need to create your warehouse. So these are the three options you have to understand. So once go into your worksheet, then click on this latest one. So here you can able to create your own database. Create database sample database. So here you can able to see your sample database like that. So for now, just whatever we have followed the steps, you create from your end and then start exploring on the things. Whatever you can able to explore, you can explore, and whatever you need to understand, you can understand. So from tomorrow onwards, we will start using the coding and then the actual Snowflake uh, practical sessions. But before that, you need to create an account and be ready with, align with me, so that whatever we are going to discuss in the session, as a theoretical part and then coding part, I am going to share with you. I am going to share with you. Then you can able to practice from your end also.
Okay.
Guys, let me know if you have any trouble in understanding how to create the Snowflake account or something else. Why I am stopping till here means, at any cost, 100% you need to create account today. While coming to tomorrow session, you have to be ready with your account. So only after completion of the tomorrow session, I am going to share with you all the code, all the things, so that right immediately you can able to do the practice. Next, if you are not creating, if you are unable to create the account, if you are not able to create the account, you are not ready, then you are lacking, and then you are not able to do the practice, and then it is problem for you. So that what I am suggesting you, whatever the queries, whatever the difficulties you face, you need to at any cost create the account and be ready with the for tomorrow's class. That's why I am stopping the session here. Fine, guys.
Okay, sir.
Any difficulties
Okay,
here?
sir. No, sir.
No,
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 right?
sir.
All good.
Yes,
Yes.
all good.
Tomorrow we will meet at same 6 a.m. guys.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
Okay. Then we'll close the session for today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to the demo session. So I hope many of you attended yesterday's demo. So I'll just give a quick summary of what we have discussed in yesterday's demo session. So the agenda for today's demo is to give you again the curriculum, what we are going to cover in this entire 2.5 months journey, and also we will see a small use case how we can understand very difficult concept of machine learning using Python. We can implement one project in that particular project, in that particular use case, right? So the agenda for today's demo session is to give you a brief about the course, the curriculum, the timing, and other things. Also, I will take questions from the chat window. So if you have any queries, feel free to write it in the chat window so that I can take it from there, right? So before we start, let me quickly let me quickly introduce myself. This is Asmita. I will be your course instructor. I have around 11 plus years of experience into big data and data science. I started my career as a big data engineer, and after my master's, I moved to data science, right? So I'm currently working as a staff data scientist in one of the leading MNC. I have around 6+ years of teaching experience. Since 2016, I am teaching data science. So I have trained almost many professionals. Currently, from this new session, right, like July, I am going to join my PhD program in Triple IT in IoT, right? I'm going to do my PhD in IoT and AI. So that's my quick introduction. I have worked in different companies from different domains, starting from aviation, renewables to investment banks. Right? So this is my short introduction. Coming to the course curriculum and all. So the syllabus you will find attached in the email. Let me summarize the syllabus again. Many of you joined yesterday and you have seen all of this, but let me quickly summarize what we're going to cover, and then we will go to the we will discuss one use case, right? So we will be starting from very scratch. So there are three major pillars in this entire course. So the first pillar is nothing but your Python, because Python is something which is very, very important. The entire like machine learning and deep learning, you will be coding using Python, right? So Python is the first thing that we will be covering. So Python, it has two parts. So one is your core Python concepts. So core Python is nothing but your variable, functions, data structure, list, tuple, set, dictionary, right? So all of those concepts we will discuss in the core Python, and then we will discuss about Python for data science module. So in Python for data science module, we will be discussing about NumPy, we'll be discussing about pandas, right? So once we complete the Python module, this is the first pillar. Python and visualization is the first pillar. Visualization is again very, very important, because data science is nothing but finding insights from your data, right? So to find insight and represent those insights to your client, you need a lot of visualization techniques. So in this visualization pillar, we will be discussing two things. One is your Power BI, which is newly introduced in your syllabus, and we will be discussing about Plotly. So what is Plotly? Plotly is a free package or open source package, Python package. We will be discussing lot of graphs, like what is scatterplot, what is sunburst chart, what is histogram, where to use what kind of plot and why, what is distribution chart, the grammar of visualization, right? If you have a data, how, because in the real time, nobody is going to tell you, okay, do this chart. No, you have to decide what chart is suitable to find the right insight or to represent the results in a correct manner. So you need to decide those charts, right? So you have to understand what chart is used for what. Then only you can able to do that independently. So in this particular visualization, lot of concept you will understand. So what is the difference between a histogram and a box plot? Where you will use box plot? Where you will use histogram? All those concepts in very detailed way we will understand, and Power BI and Plotly we will discuss. So once you understand, this I say as a first pillar, right? The visualization, Power BI, Plotly, Python is the first pillar. Along with that, we will also discuss about SQL, right? So SQL is something which is very, very much demanded, and it's like definitely will find some questions in the interview. So SQL is a kind of universal kind of skill, like Python, SQL, Power BI, Plotly, respective of the kind of role, like whether you are a data analyst, data engineer, or a data scientist. These all things are common. So like these are very, very, very highly required skill to become a data scientist. So Python, visualization, Power BI, Plotly, and SQL is the first pillar of this course. And once we complete the first pillar, we will move to the advanced or the backbone, right? And that is nothing but your machine learning and stats. So machine learning and stats, we will be discussing very detail about maths. Each algorithm will have one project. So once we complete machine learning and statistics, we have 7 to 8 algorithms. We have linear regression, we have polynomial regression, we have from classification, decision tree, random forest, XGBoost, we have K-means clustering. So all of this algorithm, one project once we complete, then we will move to the third pillar, that is the advanced pillar, right? The advanced pillar we will be discussing about deep learning and NLP. So this is not complete. Deep learning NLP itself will take 3 to 4 months to get expert in that. Even though you have like spent 3 to 4 months, you might not be expert, like because it's a very kind of lot of topics are there, and it will take years of time to call yourself an expert. But what we will discuss is whatever is needed for interview. We will be completing those modules from deep learning and NLP. ML and statistics, we will go very in depth. Python, visualization, SQL, ML and statistics will go very in depth. Deep learning and NLP also we will discuss. Uh, but it is kind of deep learning will discuss about artificial neural network, and NLP we will discuss about lot of concepts like what is web embedding techniques, right? What is, if the data is text data, how to analyze those data, that you will understand. So in this entire syllabus, there are 3 pillars. First is your Python, visualization and SQL pillar. Second is your ML and statistics pillar, and the third one is your deep learning and NLP pillar. So how are we going to structure this, right? So every day we will have class. So the timing will be 1 hour. 1 hour we will connect, right? Every day we will connect for 1 hour. And before I connect, so exactly at whenever the class is starting, so what we will do is first, or maybe at the end of the class, there will be a 10-minute quiz. I had given a lot of assignment because like I have seen that from my past previous batch experience. So people are not doing any assignment, just I'm giving them and they're not even opening it. So what we will do is 10 minutes quick revision we will do every day, because that really helps you. We all are working. So 10 minutes we will revise the concepts. How? By coding, not by just listening. So it's an interview preparation. So this 10 minutes every day we will give, right? So the questions, when it is a pillar 1, it is all coding, right? So in pillar 1 there is no theory. So in pillar 1, Python, Power BI, SQL, Plotly, I will be giving you coding questions that I have collected from Lit Code. So you have to kind of do small. If it is a lengthy code, instead of you doing it, I will be explaining it because it will take time. But 10 minutes we will give to interview preparation. But when we come to ML and stats, some of the theoretical question also we will discuss, right? For example, what is bias, what is variance, what is bias, variance, trade-offs, like that. A lot of interview questions every day, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, maybe at the end of the class, so that we can extend, right? It's like, let's say 55 minutes we have discussed and last 15 minutes. So 1 hour, 10 minutes, we can extend the class. And those 10 to 15 minutes time we will divide into interview preparation. So interview preparation, previously I was giving questions, but from your batch onwards, I decided to do it in the class every day, right? So you will not you will not be pressurized that, okay, interview preparation I have to do separately. It will go parallelly every day, 15 minutes. The topic, whatever we have discussed, from that topic, what kind of questions you can get in interview. For example, today I have discussed linear regression. So, okay, so what are the assumption of linear regression? What is gradient descent? So some of the concepts which you may get in the interview, we will discuss. Okay? So this is the kind of way. Along with that, it's a very project-based learning. So you will be getting around 10 to 12 projects, 10 to 12 projects. So 10 to 12 projects in this entire, from the 3 pillars. Most of the project will be from machine learning, deep learning and NLP side, right? So you will be able to do it, code it yourself. One project I will give you in the class. Sorry, I will tell you in the class, and one project will be your assignment, which you will do. So project you cannot do in 15 minutes. So that is an assignment. 15 minutes is only for interview discussion. So I have some 40 to 50 questions, which I will divide every day 15 minutes. And I will explain those questions and we will discuss, right? Along with the 1 hour class. So you can consider the classes will be 1 hour, 15 minutes like that, right? After we discuss 55 minutes, last 10, 15 minutes, we will dedicate to interview preparation. And along with that, you will also get the recorded sessions from Durga Sir. So it's almost like 170 hours of video you will get. So like this Python. So this entire journey, right? This Python part is covered by Durga sir. So if you, so what I am doing is whatever is very important that I am covering from the Python module, but other topics like OOPS concept, uh, at least the decorators, generator. If you really want to be expert in Python, right? So you can go to Durga sir's video, right? But see, Python itself is vast. If I teach you Python, it will go for 3 months, and it's not necessary, right? Because we are not Python developers, we are data scientists. So we will learn Python for data science. Python is a widely used language. It has a lot of modules, so it can be useful for everyone. Like the web developers can use Python to develop websites. We are here to use Python for data analysis, right? So I'm not saying it is not important or not needed, but it is not so important, right? So the OOPS concept and other concept later you can learn once you're expert in the mandatory skills. So that is good to know, but that is not mandatory skills for a data scientist, because there will be a separate team. One team cannot be expert in everything. Your core area is ML and stars and deep learning. Your core area is not object oriented programming and all that. So there will be a DevOps team, there will be a software engineering team who are very expert in those, and they will be building the apps, right? They are the front, they will be building the front end part. So there are data engineers who are very expert in all of those. So they will be handling. So as a data scientist, your core area is machine learning. Modeling is your core area. So machine learning, deep learning, how to deploy those models. You have a lot of topics to learn. So you have to be very wise to select what to learn and what to let go, so that later you can, like if it is required, you can learn, right? So so this is the kind of summarized way what this entire course will be. And if you have any questions, you can type in the window, and I will take it from there. My main intention is to give you very difficult concept in a simplified manner. So machine learning and deep learning is difficult. It's full of maths, lot of algorithms, lot of things we need to understand in a very deep way. And also we need to implement it. And one more thing, the advantage is whatever I have learned, right? I have changed 4 to 5 companies in last 5 to 6 years. I have seen many data scientists. I have seen what is happening in the industry. So I'll give you those screen. And also I have seen many of my students going through interview process and sharing their feedback with me. I myself has attended many interviews. So I will summarize all my kind of learning and give it to you, so that it will help you to clear interviews. So, for example, there are a lot of things that we can discuss, which topic is important, which topic you can skip, because it's all about timing and prioritizing, right? Because you have a lot of things to learn. If you start learning everything, that's not a wise way. Your data science syllabus will never complete. So if you start learning, many of you must have tried it, right? Like you thought initially you will learn yourself. Then what you have done is you have searched pandas in YouTube and you found, like, let's say 100 videos. So you just, in pandas, you have spent 1 month of time watching lot of videos. Still you're not confident whether this is completed or not, like whether a lot of other topics I'm skipping, or no, I mean, I'm ready for interview, you're not sure. So you need really someone who can tell you this much is enough. If you clear till this level, 100% sure you can clear everything in the interview. Then move to the next topic. Don't spend 2 3 months in Python, 5 6 months in Python learning. In that way, if you learn, then the syllabus will be 3 4 years. You will not be able to complete. I'll give you an example. Somebody has learned Power BI, then they will think, okay, Tableau is also important. Should I learn Tableau or skip Tableau? Okay, Plotly I have learned, Matplotlib, Seaborn is there. Should I learn that or skip that? Okay, all of these things I have learned. SQL I have learned, MongoDB is there, NoSQL is there. Then core Python, OOPS concepts are there, right? In ML, there are 7 8 algorithms, there are 20 30 algorithms. In deep learning, what should I learn? TensorFlow I know, but PyTorch should I learn or not? So all of this kind of confusion will be there whenever you start this data science course to learn yourself, because lot of very vast, and for each and every topic there are hundreds of resources available. So the course will save your time. So it will give you a correct direction. It's not like I'm teaching something new. I'm not discovering any new algorithm. Whatever is there, I will just present it in a nice, organized manner. But what you benefit you will get, your journey, which maybe 2 3 years, if you complete by yourself, will be reduced to 2-3 months, right? So a lot of time you will save because you know what to learn, how much to learn, so that you are interview ready, right? And that I will give you from my own experience. Okay, this much is good for a 3-year experience data science. So stop this topic here. Don't learn that topic now. Learn next will be this topic. So the path you will get, the direction you will get. That's why you should enroll for this course, so that in this 2-3 months of time, you will be very, very much expert, at least very confident before you go to interview, very confident, right? So all the topics that they're asking, you cannot match 100%, right? Data science, JD, even if you check my skill set, still it will not match 100%. But if it is matching 70 to 80%, you're a very good fit, right? So all those tips and techniques we will discuss in the class. The flow of the course, right? How the flow will be. First, we will be discussing about Power BI and SQL. These are the prerequisites, or basically some topics which are needed before we start the main topics. We will discuss about SQL first, right? Many of you already know, but I'm not going to teach you SQL for months and months. As I said, my major focus will be on ML, statistics, deep learning, and NLP. That is the core and the first pillar. So if you want to divide the first pillar, I will be kind of giving 20 to 30% of the time to the first pillar, right? Let's say whatever is the total time, 30% will be given to the first pillar, and 70% of the time, right? 50% will be given, 40 to 50% will be given to the second pillar, and rest will be the third pillar. So even in the third pillar, topics are less. It is very complex topics. So I need a lot of time to explain it to you, right? It's not about topic, it's about what you are learning. Depends on that, the time we will divide and importance of it. So like you can understand, like 70 to 80% of the time, total time will be dedicating to the major topics, and 20 to 30% we will dedicate to the first pillar. And I'm going to teach you whatever is necessary for cracking interviews for SQL. We are not SQL developer, we are not Python developer. So we are not going to learn everything from scratch till end, but whatever is important for interview, we will discuss that, right? So this is the kind of summarized way of what we are going to discuss in this particular course, right? So the timing, the duration of the course, it will be every day 1 hour 15 minutes, around that. So 15 minutes will be quiz, uh, mostly at the end of the session, because in the initial, like if we start, let's start fresh, and once the class is over, we will have a 10-15 minutes quiz, a kind of interview preparation, and then uh, like we will discuss the solutions also. Mostly if it is a question theoretical, I will be explaining. And initial, so we will start the batch maybe after 2 or 3 demos. From this Thursday onwards, the batch will be starting. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we will have a small use case I will discuss with you, like machine learning use case, and other things like which is important, right? Before you enroll for this course, like other resources where you can learn from, prerequisites, all of those things we will complete. So Thursday onwards, we will start the batch. The timing of the batch will be notified, like mostly you will get an email, and also you will get the course content along with that, along with the timings and other details. You will also get the course content, right? Timing, I have two preferences. One is 7 to 8 a.m. IST, and so if this is not suitable, maybe we can connect from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I will prefer this 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Why? Because most of you, I found the schools are open, school offices are open, so morning time, it might not be, you might not be available this time, right? So we will be sticking to 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. It will be Monday to Friday, we will have class. Monday to Friday, we will have 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. class. Classes will be mostly 1 hour 10 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes, like that. And we'll continue this for 2.5 months. And the initial half months, we will connect, like let's say 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Why? Because it's a course creation time. So we will have a batch, right? We'll be forming a batch. So we will go slow. We'll not rush in the first class only, because many of you will be new to the course, and like we will go slow. Initial 15 days, 2 months complete. Like once you are little familiar with the concepts and installed everything and you know the basics, will go full full phase mode, right? So that's the kind of division and everything. So if you have any questions or something, feel free to ask me. Also, you can find me in LinkedIn. If you want to know more about me, my experience and all, you can go to LinkedIn and check. You can type Sasmita Data Science, you will find me. Any questions so far? We are all good. And you can find a lot of videos in YouTube where I have explained what is data science, what is data engineer, what is the difference between data science and data engineer, what is the salary expectation, what are the data science applications, what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, what is the difference between them, right? So all of those concepts you will see very clearly explained in the YouTube videos, right? So any questions so far? We are all good. Okay, so I'm taking some questions from the chat window. Um, can I attach some experience to fill 3 years of gap? How much of it recommend to? Okay, so I really don't know your background, like how many total years of experience you have and what domain you're currently working on, what is the background, but I'm just answering this universally, right? So this course will give you a knowledge of a data scientist who has worked in industry like 2 to 3 years. Till that level, this course will give you. Now, there are a lot of ways you can kind of show this experience into your CV. Let's say, try to first switch internally if there are any scopes. If you're applying for external companies, so you have to kind of show them some experience. As a fresher, it is difficult that your CV will be shortlisted. So you have to show some experience now. You don't have experience, how to show those experience. You have done all of those 10 to 12 projects. You know your domain. So you can actually smartly you can modify these projects into your domain projects. How to do that? When you enroll for this course, there is a special class dedicated at the end of the session. So all course, when it is completed, the last class is CV preparation. 2 to 3 hours only on that I will spend. One weekend we will connect. 2 hours I will show you some demos. 3 to 4 CV template I will show you, and then I will tell you from different domain I have collected those templates. Like one is from healthcare, one is from your industry, one is from investment banks. So you will get an idea how people should write their CV, right? And all of those projects, how you can change it to your domain projects. And if you have any queries, you can ask in that class, I will guide you. So my answer is yes. So irrespective of your, I don't know from which background you belong to, but this course will give you that much knowledge of a 3-year experienced data scientist, right? So computer vision OpenCV. So computer vision OpenCV itself is a huge domain, and honestly speaking, we are just understanding the introductory part of it. It's many of the institutes, even you go and check their syllabus, they will not tell you, they will tell we are completing deep learning, we are completing NLP. No, actually that's not true. So they're not completing, they're just giving introductory, and we are very honest in that. So it's not a complete thing. So computer vision itself will take 2.5 months to 3 months minimum. It's a very specialized course. Many freshers will not get this role because it's a specialized course. So somebody who is working as a data scientist or someone who has a master's degree with the relevant field may get computer vision. Or in your company, if there are some scopes, then you're lucky, so you can kind of join. So data science freshers can also join, but computer vision is a very specialized branch. It needs a lot of expertise. It needs Python and Java, other languages, very, very expert level. It needs deep learning at expert level, image processing at expert level. So a lot of specialized thing you should know. So this is a completely separate, like as I said, 2 to 3 months is needed. So in this course, we are going to understand about the introductory part of deep learning, and we are not going to complete the computer vision part, right? I hope I answer your question. So computer vision is just, we are introductory part we are understanding, we are not completing it. It's very vast. What is the duration of the course? The duration of the course, you can say around 2 to 2.5 months, right? The projects will be end to end with deployment. Yes, so I forgot. So I forgot one thing. So yes, the major part is there is one more pillar which is again new and introduced in your batch, that is cloud deployment. This is the fourth pillar. Sorry, I forgot about it. So yes, it is there. So we are going to use AWS and all of these things, whatever we have discussed, ML and deep learning, all the projects. It's not possible for me to implement 10 to 12 projects, but 3 to 4 projects, how to deploy in AWS. We're going to see. So it is end to end, starting from very scratch like SQL to Power BI to Python to ML and statistics, deep learning, NLP to deploying in cloud in AWS. So it is an end to end thing. One more question I will answer, how I'm able to cover all of these things in this 2.5 months with in-depth. 2.5 months I'm not touching surface. I don't believe in touching surface. So whatever we are not covering, we are skipping. I will tell you this is introductory, like how I'm telling for advanced. But whatever we are covering, this is a tick for you. So there is nothing beyond it. For example, linear regression I have covered. So it is a tick for you. So there is nothing beyond linear regression. I will tell you, don't waste your time looking any other video except this class video for this topic. But let's say some other topic which we have not covered, I will tell you what next. I'll show you the path. Okay, these are the things. If you want to upgrade yourself, maybe these things you can learn as a next step. And these are the resources. So those way I can help you. So yes, so the answer is yes, cloud deployment. We will be talking, and how to deploy in cloud. We will be discussing that. So it's an end to end. The course is very organized. It says experience matters. So as I have completed 45 to 50 batches, so the flow is already set. So we know what to deliver, and within 1 hour, lot of things we will be discussing. So that 1 hour, 15 minutes will be completely utilized. So like one thing I can say is, if you are organized, many things, like when you go for a company presentation, within 1 hour you present your 1 year task, right? Whatever you have done, just by showing PPTs, you're making the client understand, a new person understand what you have done. So it's all about preparation, experience, and deliver, like what you are actually delivering. The content matters, how you are presenting matters. Some people will explain the same concept for 5 hours, still you will not be clear because they themselves are not clear. Some people will explain you very difficult concept in 1 hour, and which is very clear to you. Having said that, it's not all about me, it's also about you. So you should also understand your background, where you are belonging to. If you think that you are you need some extra pre-preparation, let me know. I can share you previous batch videos in advance. So what you can do is, those previous batch videos you can go through before you come into the class, so that it will give you lot of things in advance. You will prepare and come. But honestly, you don't need any extra preparation. Just attend the class, complete the assignments, and you are all done. If you are not able to understand, those kind of facilities are also there, where we will provide you previous batch recordings so that you can see those and you can come to your class. So this batch is going to be the new batch, or the first batch for the new syllabus. A lot of things has been added. So Plotly has been added, sorry, SQL, Power BI, and cloud, AWS has been added. So it's a end to end. And I will also tell you, because in my current organization, it's a IoT based company where we have a lot of sensor data we collected. So I'm so lucky. I will consider myself very lucky, because I'm able to see the ML ops, like machine learning operation part, right? As a team, we coordinate between data engineer and data science, and as everything is our own, like the data is like the data from where we are collecting, the products are our own products. So end to end, I am able to see, starting from data collection, the sensors, like machinery data collecting from using sensors, to deploying in AWS. Entire flow I have seen in my company. So those knowledge, whatever I have learned, along with the theoretical knowledge and the coding thing, I will summarize and give it to you. So this is the kind of complete end-to-end thing you can see, right? So yes, we will receive video recordings of these classes. Yes, video recording only. If you want, you can go through the video recording of these classes. But this is a new batch, so like everyday class video recording will be uploaded. Previous batch class also you can see. Cloud will not be there in previous batch, but rest all will be there. Right? Okay, so for cloud recording, you have to wait, because this batch cloud recording will be uploaded. Rest all recordings you can take, right? So recording, if you're only purchasing, it is, you can check with the price. with Durga soft, right? You can go for only recording also. PySpark, PySpark again, I don't want to mix up many things. It's not possible to cover during this thing. I'm going to start a separate batch, ML Ops or basically data engineering, big data analytics batch. Please join that. That's a completely different track. I don't want to touch surface, so I don't want to include a lot of topics, right? I just want to include the cream topics which will help you to clear interviews. Those cream topics will go in detail, in depth. That is the secret to crack interviews, right? Having said that, I'm not saying PySpark is not important. Why I have not included? Because that's a separate track. Again, that will take 2 to 3 months. So we're going to cover that in the big data analytics, data engineering ML ops batch, which we are going to start very soon. Maybe you can see email notification end of this month. After 15-20 days, that batch will be starting. So if you really want to expertise yourself in Apache Airflow, the cloud techniques in depth, and then Apache Spark, all of those kind of things, please join the big data analytics batch. Yes, one more thing is PySpark recording will be shared. I forgot that from previous batch. I will share the PySpark recordings of 8 to 9 hours, right? But it will not be live class. Recording will be shared in Drive. Everything will be on your Drive, so you can check, and it will remain with you for one month. Oh, sorry, 1 year. Right? So I have answered all the queries from the window. So the timing of the class will be 7 to 8 a.m. IST if you all are available, or 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST, right? No, maybe when we connect tomorrow, I will take a vote, and based on that, we will decide the timings. Okay, thank you everyone for your time. Let us connect tomorrow and we will continue. Okay. So till Thursday, it will be demo class. Thursday onwards, we will have our regular class. What is the takeaway for tomorrow's class? So why you should join tomorrow's class if you already joined today? So again, 10 minutes, I will quickly summarize because it is a demo. Many people are joining new. So I will summarize everything, whatever we have discussed today. Along with that, 20 minutes to 30 minutes I will take to give you a use case example. So many of you are not sure what is machine learning. So you don't know anything, you are blank. So I will give you a use case from very scratch. Within 20 minutes to 30 minutes, you can build your first machine learning kind of project or use case you can understand. 100% everybody will understand, right? So those kind of things we will do, and Thursday onwards we will start our batch, right? Okay, thank you everyone. Okay, last question I'm taking. What about placement, right? So placement in data science, no one can help you, only you yourself can help. How? By preparing interview questions, by preparing a very, very good CV or template that I am going to share with you. So I am going to help you so that independently you can go for cracking interviews will be very easy for you, right? Having said that, you can, I am not guaranteeing you, but I have some links. I can forward your CV to them. That's the only thing I can do. Accepting, not accepting, based on your CV, they will decide. But yes, I can forward your CV to many, many companies that I know. Some of my links, they have their own startups. So I can send your CVs to them if they have any requirement. And if it is fitting with, if that requirement, your CV is fitting to that, then they will call you back. Right? This course is completely online mode. It's an online course and it's a completely interactive course. So you know, go to meeting, so you can share your screen, I can share my screen. So it's completely interactive. Okay, thank you everyone. So let us connect tomorrow and have a nice day. We'll connect tomorrow and we'll discuss the other topics. Welcome to the demo session. So before we start, let me share my screen. So many of you attended yesterday's demo class. So let me quickly tell you the agenda for today's demo session, right? So as we discussed, we will be discussing about the course curriculum in short, in summarized way. And then I will be taking any questions. If you have all the queries, I will address. Also, we will see a small use case, right? So there is a time confusion. Many people thought it is 7:30, but from tomorrow onwards, the class timing will be 7 to 8. So like till Thursday, we have demo sessions, and from Thursday onwards, we will start the class. So timing of the class will be 7 to 8 a.m. IST, morning 7 to 8, right? So that's the time. Let us understand what we're going to see in this particular demo session. So we'll start with the course curriculum. So I will summarize what we're going to cover. After that, I will take a small algorithm and I will try to explain what exactly machine learning is through a use case, right? So, and after that, I will take your questions and we will discuss if you have any concern or something, right? We can discuss that. So to start with or to begin with, let me introduce myself. So I will be the course instructor. I have around 11 plus years of experience into data science and big data analytics. My journey started as a big data engineer, and after I completed my master's, I joined as a data scientist trainee. So currently I'm working as a staff data scientist in one of the leading MNC. I have around 6 to 7 years of experience into data science. So I completed my master's in computer science. My major was machine learning and Apache Spark. I have few research publications. My MTech thesis work has been published. Also, currently, I am joining this session, this July session for PhD in IoT in Triple IT. Coming to the teaching experience, I am into this for last 6 years, almost 45 to 50 batches I have completed. Right? So industry-wise, I have worked in different organizations, starting from GE Aviation to renewables to Goldman Sachs, like investment banks, to different kind of other companies, right? Okay, so coming to the curriculum and all, I already summarized the curriculum in the yesterday's demo session. So this is the content will be mostly, I mean, you can find it in the site, but there will be some modification, some new content I'm adding. So the new syllabus, this is a new modified syllabus where 3 new things has been added based on the current demand. So data science is a very demanding field, and it's kind of after every 1 or 2 years, we need to update our syllabus, right? So in this particular course, 3 new things has been added, that is Power BI, SQL and AWS. Because cloud is very much important nowadays, you need to deploy your models on cloud. So they will be asking you where you have deployed and also in interview to clear the interviews, those concepts are needed. So along with whatever is, I'm showing 3 new concepts are added, that is Power BI, SQL and nothing but AWS cloud, right? So whatever we will do, like we have created a Power BI dashboard, we have built 10 to 12 projects using machine learning. So all of those things we will be deploying in cloud, in AWS platform. So the program starts with Python. So I say in this program, there are 4 pillars as we discussed yesterday. The first pillar is basically to prepare you for the course. The first pillar is kind of universal pillar. It's always useful no matter where you are from. I mean, if you are only looking for data analyst kind of course, I think you can continue this course for the first pillar, right? So in the first pillar, we have Python, core Python, advanced Python. Coming with advanced Python in the sense, it's not about OOPS concept and other things. You will get 170-hour video from Durga Sir. So if you really want to expertise yourself in Python, you can go through those videos. Here in this particular course, the main intention is data science, not the Python developer course. So in this particular course, you will find Python for data science. So whatever modules are very important for data science, those Python modules we will be completing in depth. So we'll start with core Python, and it's very scratch. So let's say you are from non-programmers, you are coming from a non-programming background. So still you can understand because you're starting from very scratch Python installation. From there we are starting. All the non-programmers, you can take the previous batch recording in advance after your enrollment is confirmed, and you can go through those recordings before you come to the class if you have not done programming ever, right? But if you have any prior programming experience, any language, Java, Scala, whatever it is very easy for you to understand because Python is the easiest language, right? So we'll start with first Python module, and after Python, we'll go to the advanced Python. So It's basically advanced Python. We'll be discussing about NumPy, and NumPy is a basically very important module for data analysis. It will help you. It's a math library followed by your pandas. Pandas is kind of missing here. So pandas is also there, NumPy and panda. And then we will move to Power BI. So not statistics. After this, 2 more pages will be added in the syllabus. That is, after we complete the Python track, we will move to Power BI and SQL. So once we complete Python, Power BI and SQL, the first pillar is completed. Then we'll move to the second pillar. In the second pillar, we will discuss about statistics and machine learning. So coming from an educational background plus industry experience, I will give you the balance between coding and theory, right? So if you want to see how the notes are and all, I'm very transparent showing the notes because I'm very sure we are going very in depth to each and every part of it, right? For example, let's say let's take one let's take one example of let's say this deep learning nodes or linear regression node, or let's say decision tree, right? Let's take this decision tree or linear regression or any one node, how we are going to discuss. So the complete theory we are going to discuss, followed by the complete theory, followed by the implementation part, right? So if you see this, it is 1 second. So let me open one note. What I want to show you is how exactly the notes will be, right? So let me open it. So let's say decision tree, right? So how exactly we'll discuss about decision trees. So for example, this is an example I will take, and everything I will write down in the class and we will discuss. So complete math, line by line, the derivations, what is entropy, what is information gain. So the in-depth math, along with that, we will discuss it in a project, right? We'll implement the algorithm, whatever we have discussed in the project. So the main backbone of this course is machine learning and statistics. So you will be very expert about all of those algorithms. We are discussing about linear regression, polynomial regression, logistic regression. We are discussing about unsupervised k-means, decision tree, random forest. So all of those 7 to 8 algorithms will be very clear. And not only that, along with this, we will also, every algorithm will have one project. So we'll do one project. In the class, we will I will code and explain. And also you will get some assignments, more projects to practice, right? So it's a kind of perfect balance between theory and project. So we are not stopping there, and every project I will show you end to end. So we are data scientists, we are working in industry. So what we do is when we take a project, we complete it end to end. So we starting from business requirement gathering or problem statement understanding till deploying. Though maintenance is not a data scientist job, only coordinating with data engineering team to deploy models. Till that level, this is what this course will give you. That's why the name is full stack. Full stack in the sense you are independently able to handle everything, starting from data collection to model deployment. So all of these algorithms, whatever we have implemented in projects, it's not possible for me to show all the 10, 15, but 2 to 3 projects I will explain from scratch how to implement all of those in cloud, right? So you will create your own dashboard in cloud and then you will deploy your models in cloud. Till that level we will discuss. So there are 3 pillars, as I said. The first pillar is nothing but Python. The second pillar is nothing but Python, Power BI and SQL. Second pillar is nothing but stats and ML. You can see in detail. So for example, linear regression, it's not about showing you some Jupyter notebook how to code, which will take 15-20 minutes to explain, but it's about every detail. What is cost function? What is gradient descent, right? How to optimize, what is optimization technique, right? Or what is the mathematical interpretation of gradient descent? So all of those very detailed maths, we will go for each and every algorithm. What is entropy? What is information gain? What kind of questions you can expect? So every class there is an interview preparation now. It's not like dumping questions and telling you to prepare. So it's an ongoing parallel process. 10 minutes is dedicated for interview preparation. For the first pillar, there is no interview, like it's all coding. So Python, Power BI and SQL, 10-15 minutes, all coding questions from LitCode, whatever I have collected, we'll discuss. But after that, coming to this ML and statistics, what we will do is the theoretical question, especially because Projects anyway you will practice, those will be assignments. But the theoretical question, for example, what are the assumption in linear regression? This is an interview question, it might come. What is cost function? What is gradient descent? Like every day, two, three theoretical questions we will discuss related to the topic that we have covered. So at the end of the session, like whatever time we are spending, you will be getting every day 4, 5, 3, 2 like that. So almost like 120, 150 questions will be completed. And I'm 100% sure most of the questions will be from those interview questions. And you will be independently able to handle those interviews. Once your CV is shortlisted, all answers you can tell, right? Not only that, I will also help you by giving some tips for CV preparation. It's a batch, so it's not possible one-to-one. I cannot guide, but at least generalized way I can tell you how to, what are the things you need to do when you go for interviews, right? The CV preparation part. What is important, what is not important, what is trending right now, because we are also hiring, so we know what is trending right now. And data science is a kind of very demanding field. So today it is trending, tomorrow it might not be, something new will come. For example, today I'm teaching you AWS. Maybe after 6 months, if you see the syllabus, it might change to GCP or maybe Azure, right? So depends on the market, the interview questions, the pattern, everything I will keep updating based on the trend, what is there in the industry. And also if you have any queries throughout this entire course, how exactly the data science, anything related to real time, you can ask me and we can discuss. I'll show you the next part. Once you complete this, what next? So it's a very vast thing. It's not like the syllabus is the end of data science. It's just a kind of beginning. For example, linear regression we have discussed. And let's say from here we have a lot of other elastic net regression. So there are 10, 15 kind of regression. So if you want to understand from here, what next? So I will tell you resources, my collection, whatever I have kind of collected in all of those 7, 8 years of experience. I will share those. Okay, this package is good, that package is good. So you go to that YouTube link, that resource is good. So this blog is good. So everything will be shared. Okay. Maybe we will have a Telegram group or something, so where we can share everything, right? Okay, so this is the kind of summarized way. You please go through the syllabus once again. It's very transparent, and you will get more than whatever is there in the syllabus, right? Okay, so once we complete this, I was about to show you a small use case. We don't have much time. I have to end the session at 8 o'clock because I have some other commitment. But we have only how many minutes? How much? Like only 10 minutes, right? You all are new, all are beginner. You have no idea about anything. I am assuming that you all are very new. Within 10 minutes, I will explain you one example of machine learning or data science, right? Not going to the theory part because, as I said, theory will take a lot of time to explain. A lot of background you need to understand. But coding wise, the application wise, and the implementation wise, right? Let me explain you what exactly machine learning with one example. Also with this example, you will understand how quickly you can understand within 10 minutes, how you can understand very complex algorithms, at least implementation wise. Theory wise, it will take time. So let us understand what is machine learning, because you should know what you are learning, right? If really it interests, if the algorithms and the work is really interesting for you, then only you should join for the course, right? Instead of me explaining what is ML, most of the kind of platforms you might have heard that machine learning is nothing but it's a math. Somebody will tell you it's a machine who will be trained and will do your work. So you have a lot of imaginations, assumptions, perception about it. So let's see one example and then we can understand. So let's solve some simple problem. So what we will do is so this ID that I'm using is a Python ID. For many of you, it might be new. But it's nothing but a Python cell where I'm writing Python code, right? For all the new beginners, this is just a Python cell where I'm writing Python code to make it simple. So what we're going to do is, let us first understand the flow. The first flow is, you are a data scientist. There are two kinds of projects: pull project, push project. Pull project is something mostly the kind of in product-based companies, like they have their own problem which is predefined. You have to solve it. So it's very clear what you're doing. Push project is something mostly service-based companies. they push some work, like they have their internal data science team. They try to understand what their client is doing, and then they kind of take the data of the client and they tell the client what they can do for them, right? By showing their own data science team capability, by giving some projects or delivering some project POC kind of, so push projects. So if the client is okay, if they are happy, then they can actually go ahead and tell the team to work on that. So there are two kind of project, but let us consider this very simple business problem definition or data collection. So I have a data set available in my system. So it's a very simple use case. As I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this data, and what I'm going to do is to load the data. It's a CSV file. I need some models or some libraries from some. Student provide. Give me 1 minute, please. Sorry. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just importing a package. Why I'm importing it? Because I need it to collect my data. So what is the data format that I have? So I have this data. Let's say this is a kind of CSV file that I'm loading. So for example, let me show you this. Let's say, okay, so I'm loading this advertising.csv file, right, which is there in my system. So there are two files. This is the Excel file. So basically we have TV, radio, newspaper, and sales. So this is a startup company. Let's say they want to invest. Let us understand what is the problem statement. I am a startup company. I'm your client. Who am I? I'm your client. What I want advertising my product, and I'm not sure how much to invest. So these are the three, these are the historical report. Let's say there are total 50 companies of my domain. Let's say I'm aviation company, and there are 200 companies. You can see there are 200 rows. Each row is a company, and they have invested 230. The first company has invested $230 in TV, $37 in radio, $69 in newspaper, and the sell is 22. Second company has invested 44 in TV, $39 in radio advertisement, $45 in newspaper advertisement, and they got a sales of 10.4. So this is the kind of sales they got, and these are the amount that they have invested or basically spent on different medium, TV medium, radio medium, and newspaper medium for advertisement. So how this, I'm a client, so you are my team. Let's say you are data scientist. What I told you is, you know what? These are some historical reports. They are my competitors. All of those 200 companies are my competitors, and I have collected their spent records. Can you look at this data and at least tell me some guideline, or at least you can let me know how much I need to spend on which medium to get a sales of $50 or a sale of $70, or let's say if I spend $100 in TV, $100 in $20 in radio, I'm planning to spend $50 in newspaper. Can you tell approximately what will be my sell? Let me frame the question again. The question is, if I spend $10 in TV, $5 in radio, and $2 in newspaper, can you tell me, as a data scientist, taking the historical data, understanding the pattern from this, can you tell me approximately what will be my sales? What profit I will get, or what will be my sales? That is the problem statement that you tell. And this is how your data is in CSV format. Now I need to bring to my platform to analyze it. For that, I am using Python, one of the package called Pandas. I am not typing because it is a wastage of time. I'll just copy paste the code. So what I'm going to do now is, first I'm going to read this file. What I'm going to do? I'm going to read this file because I want to bring it to my platform to analyze it. And this is how we will collect our data, right? So this is how my data is looking. So data collection is the first step of data science. Done. Data is collected. What is the second step? Once you collected the data, what you will do? You will analyze. So all the three medium might not be same, right? Maybe TV is very important advertisement medium. Radio might not be, because nobody is listening radio nowadays. Maybe radio might not be important medium. Newspaper might be important, might not be important. So do you know which column is very much kind of related to cells, or basically very important to predict or to understand the cells pattern. We don't know. So let us understand the importance of the TV, importance of radio versus cells, importance of newspaper. So these are all things, all of these questions that is coming to your mind is called data pre-processing. And also I'm not sure whether this data has any missing value or not. What is the guarantee that the client has given full data, right? Maybe some data is missing. So that is called data pre-processing. What is this? This is called data pre-processing, or basically cleaning my data, right? Making it ready for building models. So understanding patterns from the data, creating charts, showing those presentation or charts to the client, understanding the exact, let's say some data is very different. For example, normally if you spend $230, you will get 22 to 25. But somehow, because of some something like some external factor, somebody has invested $230 and he got 122. That is not a normal record. That is outliers. So those records will damage your model. So you have to clear those. Outlier detection, missing value, cleaning. Basically, we call it data pre-processing. So what I'm trying to understand, what is the importance of each and every column? Again, I will use statistics for that. So that's why we are learning statistics. There is a simple function, see one function only I'm writing. So what I will do is I will write, or basically let me explain you through visualization so that you will understand better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two more packages from Python, right? I'm going to use two more packages called Seaborn and Matplotlib. What is that? That is the visualization package. Why? I need to create some charts. Why? My client is naive. For example, you are my client. Let's say you all 13, 12 participants. You are my client. You don't know anything about machine learning. Now I have to explain. And this is the challenge you will face in daily life, right? People are naive. They don't know anything. And you have to explain them. If you tell them correlation, covariance, blah, blah, they will not understand anything. If you show them charts, they will understand. That's why visualization plays a great role. That's why we are learning Power BI. We are learning other tools, Plotly and all, to show them charts like this. So what you understand from this chart, even though you don't know anything, very simple patterns, you can see that from TV, radio and newspaper, TV is very kind of important as compared to newspaper and radio. Why? Because if I take a data and if I try to understand the patterns, the more, this is called correlation chart. For example, let's say I'll give you one example. There are two column A and B. They're very, let's say, or maybe X and Y. There are two column X and Y. So Y equals to 2X, right? So X is 1, Y is 2, X is 2, Y is 4, X is 3, Y is 6, and so on. If you plot this, let's say this is X and this is Y, you will get an exact straight line, right? You will get an exact straight line. Now, these are like Y equals to not exactly 2X. Let's say if I get first, let me give you one more example. Let's say X equals to 1 and Y equals to 2. So it's not exactly 2X. Sometimes it is 2X plus some noise. Let's say X equals to 2, Y equals to not 4, maybe 4.1. Now X equals to 3, Y equals to may not be 6, maybe 5.8. So it may not be in real time data. You will not get exact relationship. There will be some noise. So if you represent this data, still you will get a very linear pattern, isn't it? So X and Y. So what you understand is this might not be exact straight line, but this will be very close to a straight line. And what this indicates it, what is the goal of linear regression? What is the goal of machine learning? The machine learning goal is feed the model the historical data. The model will identify patterns or common behavior or general behavior using maths. So in this case, what is the general behavior? Roughly, if I say Y equals to nearly equals to 2X, it's not exactly same, but nearly equals to 2X. But this pattern, how I will identify? You give me data, I will plot it. More linear, more close points means more they are kind of correlated. So what I will do here is I will just identify. So how to represent this entire data? One thing is very clear. If X is increasing, Y is also increasing. If X is decreasing, Y is also decreasing. So it means Y is proportional to X. So what I'm going to do is the whole intention of linear regression is to find a straight line which is the closest line to all the points. Let me repeat. What is the goal of linear regression? The linear regression goal is to find a straight line, which is the closest line to all the points, right? And why we are doing it? So let's say you somehow find the straight line. Find the straight line. To make it simple, what I'm going to do is, let us consider only one column, this TV versus cell. And if I give you this straight line, which you've identified, how, that we will discuss in the theory class. But let us say you identified this straight line. Now tell me everyone, if you know this straight line in future, for any value of TV, can you predict cells? Answer is yes. Let's say TV 170. I told you. Okay, you know the patterns. TV is 170. Tell me what will be the cell. Just join this. Okay, cell will be something around 15. TV is 253 or 270. What will be the cell? Just join wherever it is joining, because every point has x and y coordinate, right, in this straight line. So you know the x coordinate, easily you can understand the y coordinate, and that is what we are doing. So we have historical data. We have taken this historical data. We have one x and one y. We have plotted, and then we understood y is dependent on x. We try to find a straight line, which is the closest line to all the points. After we find this straight line, in the testing data, the client will give us some new records. Only x they will provide, only x. So in this particular case, I know this straight line from my historical data. No matter what x the client is giving, always I can predict the respective y using the line that I found from my historical data. So finding this line from the historical data is called model training. So I'm training my model, means I'm finding this line from the historical data, and finding y given x for the new data is called predicting. So people will be surprised. Okay, you are a data scientist, you can tell what is y given x. They will be surprised, but it is nothing but a simple mathematical algorithm we are using. So this is what is called machine learning. For your better understanding, machine learning is not a rocket science, it's just math, and Python is the platform which will helpful to code whatever the algorithm we are using. And basically we are using a lot of packages for kind of finding insights. So the journey is not the machine learning is nothing but using math, understanding the data and finding insights or patterns from this data, common behavior from that data, right? So once you understood this, from this coming back to the project, you understand that TV is very important. To make it simple, because it is a very kind of initial class, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the first record and ignoring the other ones, right? So I'm just taking TV and cells. I'm just ignoring the other two columns as of now. Later I will explain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take TV because I found TV is important, and then cells. Cells is important. So I have two records, right? Am I writing correct? The spelling? Cell is SS capital, sorry. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take only this two columns. Now you can see what is the problem statement. I have historical data. 200 companies have spent this much amount in TV, and they have these all predictions, right? How much sales they got. What I want is I want to find, if I show this is how my data is looking, I want to find the straight line. So for that I need to train my model. If this is x, that is y. If this is x, that is y. I need to train my model. The model will understand the pattern, in the sense the model will identify the straight line. Now how? I will train my model using machine learning package of Python that is called sklearn. What is the package? That is called sklearn. So I'm just going to import the package and train the model. So from machine learning linear regression, importing package, right? I'm just importing the machine learning package, linear regression package. And then what I'm going to do, what is this all code is about, I will tell you later in the class, but as of now, just understand I'm training my model. What I'm doing, I am training my model. Training my model in the sense what? I am understanding the straight line, right? So what I'm doing is I am understanding the straight line. So what I'm going to do is whole data I'm not going to use. There are 200 records. I'm going to use only 150 records to train the model, and 50 records I will keep for testing, right? 50 records I will keep for testing. But as of now, let us use this data. We are kind of running out of time. If I get 5 more minutes, I would have explained that partition part. But as of now, I'm going to use this whole data for training. So there a little bit of pre-processing is needed. So for example, so we need to train and test our model. So we need to split our data into 4 parts. 50% or 70% of the data from this 200 records I'm going to use for training, and some of the data I'm going to use for testing. So 1 second, let me tell you. So what I'm going to do is this step is called splitting. What you're doing, you're splitting your data. Some of the parts you're keeping for training and some of the parts you're keeping for testing. Okay, so there is no TV column. Okay. I have one more batch actually at 8 a.m. So I'm little running out of time. So tomorrow onwards we'll be connecting at 7 a.m. right? 7:30 we will have only 30 minutes. Let me explain from here only. So we have this data. So what we are going to do is, once we understood the patterns from this data, what we're going to do is we're going to train our model, right? So we are going to train our model. So how we are going to train our model? By splitting our data. So I'm keeping, so what I'm going to do is, 1 second. Just give me 1 second. 70% of 200, 140 records I'm taking to train my model. See, I am your client, and if I tell you to use my model, will you use? Answer is no. I will ask you, what is the guarantee that your model will work? So I'll show you. You know what? You had given me 200 records. What I have done, 140 records I have trained my model. 60 records the model has not seen. Completely new data. I have kept it. I have not used that data. And I have tested my model on those 60 records, and it gave me wonderful results. I have validated also with the real data. Then the trust builds, right? So what I'm going to do is, out of that historical 200 records, 140 records I'm taking to build the model, and rest 60 records untouched, unseen, not used at all, I'm keeping aside for testing my model. So all of these steps that I'm doing is nothing but splitting my data into training and testing. And I'm specifying 0.3 means 70% I'm keeping for training, 30% I'm keeping for testing. For many of you, this might not be clear because why? Because I think this is just a demo. Just I'm showing you what exactly machine learning. So at least 30-40% you will understand what we are doing. But when we go to the real class, we will understand it in a very detailed way. So as of now, I think you should understand that I'm splitting my data into training and testing. So you can see in the training I have 140 records, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to train my model. So training my model, I'm just writing these 3 lines, and what I'm doing is I'm training my model. My model is done. My training is done. The model is trained. Means what? I understood the straight line. From the 140 records, I have understood that straight line. Now how I am going to test my model? So for model testing, we have prediction. So for example, once the model is trained, so I will tell you something called X test, right? So what is this X test? These are the 60 records unseen by the model. The model has not seen this data. Now tell me, in this X test, do you have cells? Answer is no. We don't have cells. We have only TV, we have radio, and we have newspaper. There is no Y. There is no cells present, cells information present. We have only TV, radio, and newspaper. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to test my model. You know what? 140 records I have used to train my model. I have told the model that this is X, that is Y, this is X, that is Y. Model understood the pattern. The straight line has been found. Let us use that straight line to predict, to understand what will be the cells given this all X. And we are going to predict by calling a simple function called predict. So what I'm going to do is, I'm telling the model, can you predict for this 60 records? Use your understanding, whatever you understood, whatever you have been trained, use your understanding and predict. So remember, this is the X test I'm passing, where we don't have cells. Only we have X. We don't have Y information here. So the model will tell me what is the Y. And you can see for all of those X, the model has predicted. So for example, if you want to see, so the X test dot head. Okay. So this is my first record. And for this first record, 120, 28, 14.2. If you will spend this much, the model is telling the cells will be 13.85. So let us check whether the model is correct or not, where you will get real values. In the Y test, we have saved the real value. I'm just showing you the first record. So it is 14.2 is the right. So 14.2 is the actual value. The model is predicting 13.85. Let us see the first 5 records, right? First 5 records. So let me show you. The first record is you already seen. Second is you have spent 19.6, 20.1, 17.0 in training. In advertisement medium. What is the real value? Real value is 7.6. 7.6 you actually got. The actual cell value 173 row, you can see 7.6 is the cell's value. For 173x, the actual Y value is 7.6. Now let's see what the model predicted. The model predicted 7.7. You can see very closely it is predicting. Third actual value is 17.4. The model predicted 17.24. Fourth actual value is 16.1. The model has predicted 18.4. Fifth actual value is 24. The model has predicted 23. Right? Now, how you will know the model is correct or wrong? Just understand the difference, x minus y, the actual minus the prediction. How closely the prediction, like if the error is very less, the model is very good. And then this you can tell you to your client, see, I have built a model, I've tested on 60 records, trained on 140 records, and all of those 60 records, this is the actual, this is the prediction. So the client will have that trust. So this is what is called machine learning. This is a very small use case. Hardly it took 10 to 15 minutes. Complete use case I have explained. This is called model training validation, and then you will deploy this model in the cloud. This is a short demo of the entire project. We have data collection, data pre-processing, modeling, validation, and deployment. Majorly 5 major steps. At least 30-40% if you're understanding, that is very great, because it's a very complex process or complex concept which we try to understand in a very simplified manner. So this is how the classes will be. So many people ask, and this is the answer to many of the questions, like why 2.5 months, why not 6 months, 7 months? So many programs are for 1 year. Trust me, I mean, if you want, you can check. When it comes to data science, the main topics are machine learning and deep learning. And if you check how much time they're providing for machine learning and deep learning, all the time is same. So they will be providing the machine learning part and deep learning same 2-3 months. Other timings are nothing but Python 2 months, R 2 months, Tableau 2 months, SQL 1 month, right? 15-20 days break. So like that, they're stretching and they're charging 2-3 lakhs. Ultimately, whatever you are getting there, mostly 100% the content, most of the content, especially for the major topics, will be same. And second thing is the quality matters. The same topic, somebody just trained and teaching may charge very less, and somebody who is a IIT professor may be charging 5 times or 10 times, 15 times more. So it's all about quality of teaching. It's never fall for time and quantity. Fall for quality when you're taking any course, not only data science, when you're taking any industry leading courses like blockchain, IoT, data science, data engineering, these are the real-time courses. So you really need a lot of industry experience people teaching you, because they will be knowing what is going on in the industry. So actually, if somebody is giving their time, and if you are paying for their time, right? So if somebody is valuable, their time is also valuable. And they will not be able to teach you 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, right, with very less price. So you need to understand those calculations very clearly. So it's all about quality, and it's about going in depth. It's not about touching surface and attracting people. It's about going in depth, because these concepts are very, very important concepts. If you will not go in depth, you will not be able to explain to your interviewer. In the interview, the process is not going to be very simple. There will be 3-4 rounds, and doesn't matter whether you are trained or you are really working. Nowadays, everybody knows that people are getting trained and coming. So that's a kind of common acceptance. So if somebody is telling, I hired personally many people who honestly told me they have gone through training. Doesn't matter whether you are have gone through training or you have real-time experience. What really matters to me is how much you know, right? If you know the things, I will hire you. I really don't care how you know, whether you knew it from your real-time experience or from training. If you know it, I will hire you. If you don't know it, I will reject you. That's the policy. So there is a broad opening, very high opportunities are there. So that's the thing. We will be connecting for 2 to 2.5 months, and this is how the classes will be. This is just a small demo, but when we will go to theory part and other part, it will be very in depth. And if you have any queries, sorry, I'm running out of time today. I will not be able to take your questions. Tomorrow I will be answering all your questions. Um, okay, I think there is the screen is I can see the screen, extra screen is coming, something I can see. Okay, anyway, so we'll connect tomorrow 7 a.m. and we'll continue, right? Okay, thank you everyone for this wonderful tool.
Institute student provide.
Today I will take questions. So if you have any doubts or any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat window. And if you missed previous demo sessions, it is available in YouTube. You can go and check. The recorded sessions are also available yesterday and day before yesterday. So we just discussed about the curriculum and I have answered many of your queries. So if today is a first demo session, you can find a lot of my demos even for previous batches from YouTube, right? Just type Durga Soft data science, Sasmita, you will find a lot of demos available. So you can go through that. So again, I have to introduce myself because many of you are again new, and quickly what we will do is I will talk about the course syllabus. I will be showing you the content. So it's a new content, many things I have modified. So based on my own experience and based on what is trending right now in market, the syllabus has been modified. So what all new things that has been added? So Power BI, SQL and AWS has been added, and there will be one more new batch which will be starting evening time. Mostly it will be 9 to 10 p.m. where that is a very unique kind of course, which is nothing but ML ops, ML operations, where or you can say kind of big data analytics course. So if anybody wants to expertise in the ML ops, which is very rare, you will not find a lot of courses available. So you can join that. Maybe end of this April, we will announce the batch, right? But here, what is the goal? You will be very expertise yourself. You will be expert in data science concepts. ML Ops will tell you how basically you can, it's a kind of ML machine learning you already learned in this course. Operations, like it's a kind of data engineering plus data science. It's a kind of hybrid course you can say. Who will attend those courses, both data engineer and data scientist, to upgrade their skills. So before you jump into that course, you should be very keen on the basic concepts of ML, DL, NLP, Python, right? So that's not a course for beginners, right? Especially who are already very keen at data science, they can go there. But anyway, so we will be discussing the curriculum. So I will start the curriculum. Before I start, again, let me quickly introduce. I will be your course instructor. I have around 11 years of experience into data science and big data analytics. I started my career as a big data engineer, and after my master's, I switched to data science. Almost 45 batches I have completed so far. And currently I'm working as a staff data scientist. I'm leading a small team of 4 to 5 people. I currently, my domain is renewables. I worked in aviation, healthcare, investment banks. So this is my kind of summary, professional summary. Coming to teaching experience and all, I was a faculty in Reva University. Also, I taught in many engineering colleges to their faculties in their faculty development program. So like teaching is my passion. So it's not like now I'm teaching. So since my school days, like after I completed my 10th, I am teaching, right? Because I love to teach. Okay, so that is my short introduction. Coming to the course curriculum. So the AWS part I will be adding, except the AWS part, rest all is kind of it's done. So I was just adding a lot of content. So it took some time from my side to share the content with you. So you can see the previous batch content. Most of the content is same, but the new content, what is added and what is the flow, I will tell you. Also, it is very transparent. So I'll tell you how much time we will dedicate for each and every topic so that it will be clear in your mind, right, before you join the course. And also, I have mentioned the topic name, so there will be no confusion. You will be knowing inside the main topic what are the subtopics that we will be learning. And this entire syllabus we will be following one by one, right? So the program starts with mostly, initially we will start with SQL or Python, right? So let's say we're starting with Python. So the first part will be core Python. So in core Python, we will be understanding about language basics. Again, 170-hour video of Durga Sir you are getting, which are very, very nice videos. You know how nicely Durga Sir teach. So if you see his videos, 100% all of your Python concepts will be very clear. So it's a complete kind of decorator, generator, exception handling, file handling, everything you will find from those videos. Here, it is not a Python course. So I just want to utilize the time very wisely. So 20 to 30% of the time we will dedicate to the first pillar. If you attended my yesterday's class, you will be remembering the first pillar is nothing but the prerequisite before we jump into the main concepts. And very important, like Python, SQL, Power BI. These are the first pillar. And what we're going to do is 20 to 25% of the time we will be dedicating to first pillar to learn Python. Let's say it's a 2.5-month course. So you can understand 25% of that will be the first pillar. So Python is not kind of, we're not going to learn Python for 1 month and machine learning for 10 days and deep learning for 10 days. No, we're going to learn Python, core Python, what is very, very important, like variable functions, loops, if loop, while loop, for loop, list, tuple, set, dictionary, the basic core Python concept. And then we will be going to, so that if you are very beginner, non-technical, non-programmer, then also you can understand from very scratch, from installation we are starting. So very scratch we are starting, so everybody can understand. From each module, you will be getting assignments from me. So from all of this topic, you will get 3 assignments. All of these assignments are collected from LeetCode and from previous interview questions that my students attended, right? So you will get assignments and solutions uploaded in the drive. So you can see the questions and write the answers or submit the solution. As I said, every day 10 minutes will be quiz. And in the first pillar, it's not theory. So all our hands-on kind of questions we will solve. But from the second and third pillar onwards, so mostly we will have theoretical questions we will be discussing. For example, today I taught you about one algorithm. So what kind of theoretical questions you will get? What is bias? What is variance? What is covariance? What is assumption? So a lot of theoretical questions, what you can expect, right? Technical theoretical questions that we will discuss. So in the first pillar, first we will, the flow I'm telling, first you will learn either SQL or Python. I need to decide what to start with because SQL is a completely independent topic. So mostly we will start with SQL. Having said that, I'm not here to make you a SQL developer. So it's, you're learning all of those topics to become a data scientist. So whatever is needed for data science, those topics from SQL we will discuss. After we complete SQL, we will start with Python. So once we complete the core Python, we'll go to the advanced Python. In advanced Python, we have NumPy module and we have Pandas module. So Pandas and NumPy are the kind of very important libraries to do data analysis. Again, assignments, bundle of assignments. Every assignment will have 8 to 10 questions. You will do it and you will submit your solution. If you are stuck, you see the solution. Again, if you do not understand, feel free to ask me in the class. So once you complete this Pandas and NumPy module, we'll be moving to our visualization module. So it's a very important part. So in visualization, 2 things you will learn. You will first learn the grammar of visualization. For example, I'll tell you what is a scatter plot, what is a line plot, what is a scatter matrix, what is a box plot, what is bar chart, what is histogram, what is sunburst chart, where to use which chart, right? You have a data, so whether to do a bar chart or a box plot. What is the difference between histogram and a line plot, where to use line plot? All of those concepts we will discuss in detail. After understanding the grammar, we'll go to the library. So Plotly is a Python open source library. It's very interactive Matplotlib Seaborn is outdated. If you want, I can share recordings from previous batch. You can learn yourself. But Plotly is the new trend because it is interactive. So completely open source, completely free. So we will understand about Plotly. After we understand Plotly, we'll go to, there is a structure. So SQL will move to the first part. We will understand Power BI. So you it in Plotly. So just Power BI, it will very quickly you can understand because you know the you know the visualization grammar, you know the plots, you understand which plot to use where. Just you will understand a tool. You already coded it in Python, so it will be very easy to learn Power BI. Again, every topic, whatever I have mentioned itself is the ocean. You can go deep dive into it. And having said that, if you keep doing that, your data science course will never finish. And if you start learning in that way, 2 years, 3 years also, you will not be able to complete the syllabus. So what is the focus? I'm trying to make yourself job ready as soon as possible because time is very, very valuable resource. Even if you are wasting 1 month time, let's say you got a job 1 month before, right? So per month salary, let's say 1 lakh or 2 lakh, you're saving that much, correct? So what I believe is time is the very valuable resource and you should always try to save your time. So I will give you a path, how much to learn and where to stop so that you will be job ready. For example, if you want Power BI, you can, or SQL, you take an example of SQL. Whatever SQL is needed for data science, if you spend maybe 2 days or 1 day, that is sufficient. But people will not be knowing how much is sufficient. So what they will do is they'll start learning complete SQL and it may go for months and months. Python, whatever Python is needed for data science that you can complete maybe within a week. But you will spend maybe months of time learning Django, Flask, lot of other things in Python, which is not needed as a data scientist. Needed in the sense it's not important. In the interview, it will not come. People are not going to ask you Django questions. People will be asking you machine learning questions. So to make yourself job ready within a short span, right? Maybe within 3 to 6 months of time, you will be job ready. So that much content has been filtered and delivered to you. So after Power BI, the first pillar is completed. So here the first pillar done. Number one, SQL, Python core and advanced, Power BI. So done. And if you are interested to apply for data analyst related roles, data analyst, not data science, data analyst. So this is 70% of the data analyst course is completed. With this, if you know AWS, I think you can apply for data analyst related roles. Mostly it's a junior role, like the path to become either a data engineer and data scientist, the initial very beginning kind of role where you will be mostly dealing with historical data. You are not going to predict something or modeling is not your task. Mostly you will be generating insight, gathering business requirements, and then putting it in Excel and PPTs, presenting to the client, creating dashboards. Those all are like dealing with your SQL and cleaning simple data using SQL. So those are the data analyst job. So till here, 70% of the data analyst course is completed. And with this, only with the first pillar and AWS or any cloud technique, you can go ahead and apply for data analyst related role. My suggestion is don't wait till the course is completed. After the first pillar is completed, start applying for data analyst. Try your luck. Joining as a data analyst is not a bad idea because it will be a very, very smooth transition. Very closely, you will be working with a data scientist and data engineer. So if you're getting a role as a data analyst, uh, definitely you should take it. After 1 or 2 years, it will be a very easy move. You at least will understand real-time projects and easily you can update those in your CV. And second move will be smoother instead of waiting for data science jobs, right? So, so this is the first pillar. And again, people who are interested to apply for data analyst also can join this course and they can discontinue before machine learning. And you can talk with me or maybe Durga Soft regarding this, right? Once the first pillar is done, the second pillar is again we have project. So I have a very nice project to demonstrate. This is the first use case. What I will do is I believe in hands-on and also practical implementation because I come from industry. So until unless you use this in solving business problem, this makes no sense. So we will be taking customer data and we will be creating a nice dashboard using Power BI, right? So whatever we have discussed so far, we will be doing a nice dashboard using Power BI. So that is our, yes, so this is an example of your, or maybe first project, visualization project. that we will do using Power BI. This is the pillar 1. So 7 assignments. How many assignments you're getting? 8 assignments in one project. From pillar 1, you're getting 8 assignments and one project. Now coming to the pillar 2 or second pillar, it is statistics and ML. Again, I'm not reading the topics. You can go through very nicely kind of written, and everything we will go in depth. I have, so you can see and compare my syllabus with other. You will find hypothesis testing, A/B testing, lot of content from statistics they have added. I have removed. Why? Because as an industry, when I am in industry, I know that in my entire 7 years of career, as a data scientist, prior to that I was a big data engineer. In this whole 7 years, I have never found any use case where I can use hypothesis testing. It's a kind of very advanced, we are in a world of deep learning and very advanced concept already we are learning. So this hypothesis testing and all are outdated. It just will kill your time. And honestly, you ask any data scientist who are working in industries, hardly they will find any use case where you will implement those concepts. Having said that, if you want, you can learn yourself. This is not important with respect to the interview, or like after you join as a data scientist, also very rare statistical test you will do. So we have other concepts which are trending. So I have skipped some of the statistical topic that I used to teach, like A/B testing, hypothesis and all, and added very important concept which is really needed both in interview and also in your job. Right? So once we complete the statistics, we will be going to machine learning. So machine learning, the first is your linear regression. So linear regression is the base fundamental. Yesterday, if you attended my demo session, I have given a quick demo on linear regression, right? Only the coding part, not theoretical part. But here we will see the theoretical part, and we'll do our first project. So the customer data that we have taken for Power BI visualization, the same data we will take to model. So it's a linear regression project, first project we will do. And the same project we are going to deploy in AWS. At the end, I will tell that. So it's an end-to-end process. You understand from where you will collect the data, you have cleaned the data using statistics, pandas and other tools. And then you have visualized it using Power BI. And then you have modeled it using machine learning and deep learning. Then you have deployed it using cloud. So that's why I have named it, the course I have named it as full stack because of this, right? End to end. So starting from collection till deployment, everything you will understand the flow, how exactly you are kind of, you can also deploy your dashboard into cloud. So every end to end thing you will understand, right? Okay, so once we understand this, I'm not going to tell you details or reading. You can learn, like you can read yourself, but mostly 7 to 8 algorithms. Each algorithm will have one project, linear regression, one project, polynomial, one project. Linear and polynomial will be the same project. Logistic regression, we have project. Decision tree, random forest, we are going very in depth about maths. So there is nothing beyond what we are covering there. So decision tree, random forest, I have covered means that is done for you. You can like tick that, and then like you should not go to internet and search any other content. That will save a lot of your time, because whatever is there, whatever is needed, everything we will cover in depth. We will cover what is information gain, what is entropy, what kind of interview question you may face from this algorithm. Everything we will discuss. Every algorithm is one project. So you have 7 algorithms from machine learning, 1 algorithm from deep learning, and some algorithm from NLP. So total 9 to 10 projects we will be doing, right? So this entire kind of course from machine learning, rest 70% of the time to 75% of the time, we will be spending in cloud machine learning concepts. So once we understood all of this, we'll starting with the deep learning. So we are going to use a library called Keras to implement deep learning models. We'll understand what is deep learning, what is optimization techniques, what is mini batch gradient descent, what is stochastic gradient descent, what is feed forward, what is back propagation, all of the theory, very important. After that, we'll do our first project called something, I mean, the projects will be different. I will update the project names, but we'll do 1 or 2 projects from deep learning, and we will be basically implement those whatever projects we have done in cloud at the end. After deep learning, we have something called we have text mining, NLP, right? We have NLP. So in NLP, we are going to discuss about all of this pattern, regular expression you will find from Durga Sir's recording, but we have pattern matching, we have word embedding techniques, we have data pre-processing, cleaning, and all. So finally, after completing all of that, we will be implementing everything in cloud, right? So that's the summary of this course. From this course, what next? What next? Is this the end? No. So this is not the end. You can apply for 2 to 3 years of experience and you can easily crack interviews. You no need to go for any other course after doing this course. Having said that, if you want, you are already working as a data scientist, or you're working as a data engineer or data analyst, or you have already taken a course somewhere, you already know the concept of data science, and then I will suggest you to join the ML Ops course as a next step, or you complete this first and you take a break of 2-3 months, you revise all those concepts, and if possible, try to join my ML Ops course, which is starting end of this April. Very, very interesting. It's a complete big data and cloud platform. You will be doing ML. So let me summarize what is ML Ops. ML Ops is nothing but here you are doing it in local system. There you will be doing everything in cloud on very, very huge volume of data. Like mostly you will be using big data ecosystem like Spark and all on top of cloud. Along with that, you will also understand deploying and data pipeline. So that's a kind of advanced course, I will rather say, which is the next of this. And if you have completed ML Ops and this, I'm 100% sure if you have completed nicely with all assignments and everything, I mean 100% sure if your background is kind of very good, and definitely you can crack interviews and you can demand like anything, because ML Ops and data science is very much trending right now, right? So this is the kind of just I want to give you a walkthrough about the course content, because I have not done that yesterday. I'm going to take questions from the window. I can see a lot of questions. Yes, so after taking this course, you can apply. I mean, this course is for data science, right? So you can apply for data science course, data science interview with confidence. With confidence, you can attend data science interviews. You may not try for manager, right? So you should understand what you have, from where you come from. So I have seen after taking courses, people start applying for manager in data science. Are you eligible to become a manager in data science? Because I am a manager in data science and I have spent 7 years of my life in data science field. Then even though you're getting a role, right, don't take it, because it is very difficult in the real time to survive. You are not a good fit. Now you can ask, okay, I have 13 years of experience, 15 years of experience. I am a manager in software engineering. Now I want to become a manager in data science. Can I do that? Is it possible? The answer is a big no, because you are manager in software engineering. That's great, because you know software engineering. That's why you are the team lead there. You're leading a team, right? Team lead is not a joke. You need a lot of expertise in that area to call yourself a manager, because you will be talking, you are responsible for everything. Entire project is under you. So you have to show the path, you have to distribute tasks among the team members, you have to bring projects from the client, you have to present the results to the client. So those are even more difficult tasks rather than just coding. So based on my own experience, I will say that comes with experience. When you work in 2-3 companies in 10-15 projects, then those ideas will come. If you're not able to generate ideas, your company will fire you, because that is what is your job, right? So to become a manager in data science, you have to take a path. You have to dedicate some 2 to 3 years of your time will be wasted. That's true. That's honest kind of thing. You have to accept that first. Doesn't matter where you are currently, doesn't matter what is your current role, doesn't matter how many experience you have, how many years of experience you have. When you are starting a new domain, that is, you are a beginner in that domain. People are already there in that domain, you're competing with them. Yes. For me, it took 7 years to become manager, but for you, if you are very hardworking, maybe you can breeze that gap in 1 year or 2 year or 3 year. Immediately, you cannot jump. So that you should understand. So after taking any course, either here or anywhere else, you can apply for senior data scientist, 2-3 years, 4 years at max kind of experience role you can apply for. Once you get into that role, work as a data scientist. Even though you are a very high profile, kind of a high level manager, still I will suggest to work as a team member in a data science field for 2 to 3 years. to get that real-time experience, to understand how exactly the things are going. After you do that, then you can easily try for lead or staff kind of role as a next switch. So when you're coming to data science, you are beginner, consider that. And if you have a doubt or if you have question whether people will accept you or not, a very big answer is yes, people will accept because it's a new field. I'll tell you one example, ML ops. So it's a new trending field, right? Nobody is expert. Everyone is learning. They are in learning phase. So whoever you will interview, everybody will tell we are learning, we are learning. So whom you will select. So what I'm trying to tell you, it's not saturated yet. You will find a lot of openings, but very less skilled people. So it doesn't matter your background. If you are able to, if you have some IT industry experience, for non-technical people, completely new, never seen anything in IT, that is little difficult. But if you are in IT, XYZ, whatever you are doing, current role, maybe software engineer or anything, development or anything, with this course and with adding some projects in your CV, definitely in a smart way, you can move into data science. But whether you will get a manager role or not, I really can't tell that. If your luck is good, you may get, but